Good morning, students. Welcome to SRBPS Virtual Classrooms. Students, we are going to continue our previous class of parts of speech. Today we will study our first parts of speech, and that is noun. Okay, let's begin that. So, students, today we are going to learn about noun and its type. Before we will start the explanation, I want you to write on your paper your name, write name of your city, and then write name of your English book. All of you have written? Okay, I have answer of one student. Let's see what she has written. Name, Neha. Name of the city, Bahadurgarh, and name of the book, Hornbill. So, all of you can see on your paper you have written 3 words, and all these words are telling about names. Okay, first is name of a person, second is name of a city, and third one name of a thing. Okay, so these all words are naming words. And what is the word for that? Yes, noun. So, name of persons, place, animals, things, feelings and ideas is known as noun. For example, 3 we have already got, and we have London, Mahatma Gandhi, paint or books. Clear? There are 5 types of noun. Common noun, collective noun, proper noun, abstract noun and material noun. Just now I asked the name of student. What was the answer given? Neha. Then I asked city. Name was Bahadurgarh. Then I asked book and name was Hornbill. Now see students, all of you were being asked this question. So when I asked this word was for everyone, this was for every other city wherever you are living, and this was about any book, right? So these are common words, common names, right? That's why they are called common noun. And now when we got the answer, so Neha will be a specific student. So it's a special name, proper name given to that student. So it is proper noun. Bahadurgarh, it can be one city only name there. So it's a particular name given to that city. So it's a proper noun. Same is the name of the book. Let's have the definition now. Proper nouns are names of particular person, place or a thing. They always begin with capital letter, right? Now we can have more examples like Narendra Modi and New York. Next one is common noun, just discussed. So these nouns are general names of persons, place and things in common, right? We have more examples like all boys can be called boys, girls can be called girls. Now here one city picture is given, so it can be a city and it's a general name given to it. Okay. Now we will learn about collective noun. Collective noun refers to words which is given to collection of things taken as a whole. Like, see, what is here? Many people, right? Many are there. Now this is called crowd, right? I hope, yes, you remember your classroom? So this is class. All the students sitting together, that was named class. Okay. These are the examples of collective noun. Understood? Now next, abstract noun. Name of an idea or feeling that can be expressed but not touched. Now, how are you feeling? Whether you are feeling happy to be away from the school or you are missing it. So that feeling is your abstract noun, name given to that. So this happiness and childhood, these are examples of abstract noun. Clear? Now next is material noun. Material or substance from which things are made, such as silver, gold, iron, cotton, diamond and plastic, that is called material noun. You can recognize them. Now these are name of material because we make something out of it, right? Students, nouns get affected by two things, number and gender. That means when the number of person changes, that noun also undergoes change. Clear? If the gender of the person changes, then also we get the different name for that. So noun shows these effects. So this number effect makes it singular, plural, right? Singular standing for one and plural for many. Now we have gender and we have first feminine gender, we have masculine gender, then we further have common gender, right? And one more type is involved here, and that is called neuter gender. Is it clear now? Noun gets affected by these two. Number affects makes it singular and plural, and when it is under gender effect, that has these four types, right? Means they can be categorized among them. Okay. Students, we have number of ways to change singular to plural. Now let's have some example. The first one is by adding s. Few words takes as to get changed from singular to plural, like hill becomes hills, studio becomes studios and boy becomes boys. Same way, we use es with certain words ending with double s, sh, ch, x, etc. We have few examples. Class becomes classes, tax becomes taxes, glass becomes glasses. Now certain words which are ending with y, we replace y with ies to make them plural. Like here, diary, D-I-A-R-Y, here y is replaced with ies to make it plural. Okay. Now we have here fly. You can see fly is singular, y is replaced with ies, so it became flies. Next we have, if vowel is given before y, we add only s. Here are examples, keys and days. Because e is there, here if a is there before y, so we added s only. Similarly, we replace f also with ves. Example is given here. Calf becomes calves. We change vowel of the word to make it plural, like we have man and men. Singular and plural remain same in some of the words like fish, deer, sheep. Students, I have taken few examples here just to make you familiar with the different types of ways to change singular to plural. Do practice with more words and learn about them. I am going to teach you only those words which are exceptional and which confuse us most of the time. Okay? Now here, nouns which always exist in plural form means some of the plural forms have two parts. So there is no singular form existing there, right? As we can have some examples I can give you. That is scissors. It doesn't have singular form, right? Same way, shorts. Trousers, very common one and we often make mistake. Socks, drawers, etc. Okay, with two meanings in the singular form but one in the plural. Right? So let's take few examples. The first one I'll take light. All of you know this word? Yes. It has two meaning. One is a lamp. Right? And second one is, it stands for that radiance. Clear? Now when we say lights, it stands for lamp only, and that's why we can say here lamps. It will help you in editing and omission part there, editing paragraph there. You will have help from these confusing words. Now second I am taking, that is people. Yes, when we say people, we have two meaning. It's about nation and it is about men and women. Correct? But when we take it in plural form, that is peoples, it stands for nations only. How? See, when we say people, it's people of that one country we can talk about. And again, when we say people, then that it itself it is representing men and women both, right? Men and women both. Now, when we say peoples, it doesn't represent this men and women. Rather, it tells that it is referring to a group of men and women who belongs to different nations. Right? Different nations. Suppose 20 people are there, 20 men and women together might be sitting. You may, and they belong to one country only, so you may call them people. Clear? But once those 20 men and women, they are from different nation, you will not call them people, it will be peoples. Right? It refers to people from different nation. Okay? Now, let's talk about the next one. Again, very easy, but confusing. How? Just see. Practice. We do have another homophone also, se, but we do use it as a verb. So that I'm not talking about that difference. Here we are talking about practice has two meaning. One is habit and another one is doing practice of professional work. Professional work. Clear? Now when we talk in plural form of the same, that is practices, it is only and only about habits, right? Professional work practice, I hope you remember, like doctor does the practice or lawyer. So they have a practice work, that is their professional work. Okay, so in single form we will use that thing. So that meaning will be associated with practice word in singular form. But in plural only habits, that will be the meaning there, right? Let's take one more example, that is this word. And two meaning which we have in singular form is forest and second one is timber. Now when we say woods, we can say forest but not timber. It will not mean timber. Clear? Students, now we will learn about those nouns which have one meaning in singular but they have two meanings in plural form, right? Now first example is color. Color means hue. Okay, different shades, colors that you use. Hue. This has the same meaning, of course, hues, but the second meaning which is attached to it is flags. Flags of different regiments. Okay, flags of regiment. Same way custom, its meaning is habit, we all know. In plural also it will have habits, but it represents another one, you know that, toll or tax. Clear? Same way quarter. Quarter refers to fourth part. 1/4 part, right? One also you can write 1/4 part. Quarters refers to, if suppose many pieces which are 1/4 part, that is used there. So you can write fourth parts. Right? But it also refers to buildings, living places. Now how? Because buildings, this is especially when earlier it was given to only army people, but later on all government rooms and the place where the people are giving shelter, that is called quarters only, right? Now we are having the next one, spectacle. Spectacle is sight. We have just learned that spectacles cannot be used in singular form, because in singular form it has a different meaning, sight. In plural form only we have sights also. We have eyeglasses also, which we normally use, and right. So this is how we words are having one meaning in singular but more than one in plural form. Let's take the another form of nouns. So this category includes those nouns which have two forms of plural with different meaning. Means brother has two plural form. One is brother. The second one is brethren. Now this brothers stands for sons of same parents, right? Sons of same parents. And the another one, same parents, and this belongs to the members of the same society, same community or same society. As we all are brothers and sisters because we belong to India, right? So brethren, right? Brothers, same parents. Next, cloth. This cloth has again two plural form. One is clothes and another one is clothes. This means pieces of cloth, right? So it's about kinds of different cloths, and if we are having many of pieces, so it will be kinds of cloth, means pieces of different clothes. This refers to garments. Means when it is stitched cloth, that will be clothes, es will be there. When we are talking about unstitched ones, that piece of cloth and many pieces will be called clothes. Clear? Now let's take the next one. Dye. Dye word is used for dyeing something, some coloring or stamping is to be done. So it has again two form. One is dyes, which refers to stamps for coining. Okay, another one is dice. This dice is, you remember that cube you play with Ludo or other indoor games. So that cube for game. Many games are using that. So that cube we are referring to, right? So this is all about cubes for game. Now staff. We all know that staff refers to group of people working together as a officers, a body of officer. So staffs, we can make its plural in this form, referring to different bodies of officers. Okay, and the next one is staffs, and that is for sticks, rods or poles. etc. So this way we can see that we have different meanings if we change a little bit, if we change the number, like that, right? Now here are some more singular and plurals, and they seems to be very easy one. We all know about it. Now why they are confusing? So they confuse us because of their meaning. Advice in singular means to counsel, right? But advices is related with information. It's change in meaning, right? Now air refers to atmosphere. But when it becomes airs, it refers to manners. We take it as affected manners, but meaning is changed, right? Now force is strength here, but forces refers to army. Good, it is something that you get benefit of, so benefit, but goods refers to objects, something manufactured and like that, right? Physics refers to medicine. Physics is that natural science subject, right? And return is, we know that it is coming back, but returns, that is all statistics. What returns are there, right? So this way the words are similar, somewhere they are having the same rule they follow, then also because of their different meaning we get confused. So I would like you to learn all these confusing words so that while editing your passage or writing on your own, you will not make mistakes, right? We have discussed about noun today, and we learned few nouns which may confuse us, right? And we understood that there is a difference. Not all the nouns follow the same rules for changing their forms from singular to plural, or their meaning also undergoes change. So this way language becomes a matter of practice. You can't be sure that after learning few words which I shared in as an example, you will be perfect in uses of English, right? You will have to know each word so that your language will be correct, okay? So I have already shared your homework. I want you to practice more. Whenever you use any word, you should know about its function. If it's a noun, now I'm sure that you will be able to understand which category it falls in and how can you correct your language. Okay, thank you students. I hope you have learnt, and you will not make mistake, you will not remain confused with these words. It will be easy for you to keep in mind. Thank you. Have a nice time. Goodbye.